Hey guys, it's Ryan Painter here, also known as the Racerroo. I wanted to do this as a little side project, break down some things that are on my mind that might help in the fitness world, maybe talk about some racing things, or maybe whatever comes to mind. But I'm not gonna teach you how to squat or teach you how to swing a kettlebell or anything. There's plenty of videos out there where people more qualified than me can teach you how to do those moves. I'm going to try to stick to maybe teaching you things outside the box that might help you in other ways, or things of how I deal with my workouts and how I can get through them when it's tough, and maybe just things that from my experience could possibly help you. So again, these are all from my experience. Maybe they work for you, maybe they don't. Everybody is a little different, but so today I want to talk about something that I think, and my mom's going to laugh at this one, I am probably more than qualified to talk about, and that is shoes. So we're starting from the bottom, going up today. Shoes are a big deal for me because I am extremely hard on shoes. Like 3 months, at max 4, and I need to get new shoes. I tend to slam my feet when I walk, so I'm really hard on them, so I usually have to have really good quality shoes. And so I want to share some things maybe that could help you with picking shoes that are good for you, and just maybe learning a thing or two, maybe find out when your shoes are going bad if you don't see the signs. So first thing, and this is related to fitness, this could be applied to other things outside of fitness, but we're going to stick to the basic gym shoes here, which are trainers and running shoes. We could get into a whole different wormhole about, lifting shoes and when you need those. But for the basic person who comes into the gym and is, not going super heavy lifting or doing a couple classes, this is what we're talking about. So when we go to the store to buy shoes, or we go online, a lot of people just go see a color they like, see a brand that they like, add to cart, send them. Maybe at most just check your size. So I think it's important for us to understand the difference between cross trainers and running shoes. In general, if you're a runner, if you like to run, then you probably want running shoes. But if you're somebody who takes a lot of classes and doesn't really run that much, cross trainer would probably be a lot better for you. They generally, in general, have more support, and they're going to be able to support you better moving laterally. So in our fitness mayhem classes, we do a lot of stop, turn, cut, and cross trainers would be a lot better for you. And I can give you an example. Last year, doing one of the fitness mayhem classes, I did exactly that, and I had a pair of shoes that were blown out. They were already done. I needed to get new shoes. But the webbing on the side, right here, it wasn't these shoes, but the webbing right here on the side completely blew out. My foot came right out the side. And that's because these are running shoes, and they're really not meant for that kind of side-to-side motion. So when you go to buy a pair of shoes, take that into consideration depending on what kind of fitness activities you're doing, whether you're moving in a straight line or you're moving side to side. I can also tell you, so those are an old pair of Brooks that I have, and this is my brand new pair of Hokas. This is my second one. These are also running shoes. These are a little bit sturdier on the side, which is nice, but these shoes, I don't particularly like them for body combat because they have kind of a rocker on the bottom. So it kind of gets interesting sometimes when you do a kick and all of a sudden you're moving in a direction you weren't anticipating because it's way too uneven on the bottom. So that's another thing to take into consideration. I would not recommend these for somebody taking my body combat class. I'd take something a little bit flatter on the bottom. So take into consideration what you're doing and what kind of shoe you need for that application. And also, something else that's really important, this is kind of near and dear to my heart because I do this all the time. I am notorious for wearing my shoes way past the time that they're dead. And I'm sure we all kind of do it because shoes are expensive and you don't want to go out and be buying new shoes all the time. But for me personally, and this is just me, I know when my shoes are about done because I've learned this over time. that my knees start to hurt and I start to feel depressed. And I'm not saying that bad shoes cause depression by any means, but when one part of the body is hurting, the rest of the chain can be affected. So I know for me, start feeling my knees hurting, I start feeling like crap all the time, probably need to check my shoes. And a little trick I learned from a cross-country coach, if you want to check real quick, so these are my old blown out ones that are no good to anything anymore. So put them in your hand, just fold them over. They fold over real easily. They're probably no good. This is my brand new one, doesn't fold. So that's something to take into consideration. If you haven't gotten new shoes in a while, check them on the bottom. See if that sole is just giving up really easily. If your knees are hurting, if your back's hurting, you have weird pains that you can't explain, maybe you even just feel crappy all the time and you don't know why. That's something to check into, and that's just my experience. It might be different for you, but I think those are things that are important to take into consideration when you go to buy shoes, instead of just saying, hey, I really like this orange, that matches my personality, I'm gonna buy those. So and I'm not telling you to go and buy Brooks, I'm not telling you to go buy Hoka's. Everybody's different. There's shoes that I like and don't like, and you're going to be different, but I want you to think about what you're getting so it can benefit you in the gym and out of the gym. So moving on to, I like to talk about racing. It's, again, one of my big passions, but there's not really much going on right now. The iRacing that was on yesterday at Talladega, I thought was a lot better than I thought it would be. It's the first time I've watched flag to flag, and I thought it was really cool with Clint and Gordon up kind of in the booth kind of commenting as they're driving. That was really cool. And I love that they did the big rig driving the American flag during the national anthem. That's something that whenever I go down to Talladega, I always look forward to that. And I thought that was really cool. So really surprised at how good the iRacing actually is. And then today I heard the news that Kenseth is going in the 42 for the rest of the year, and that's just super awesome. I worked at Roush for the part of the year where Kenseth was in, and just an awesome guy. And I just found out that Newman has been cleared to go back to racing when we get back, so that's super awesome. I think everybody's seen Newman's accident, and we were sure it was going to be worse than that. So really good to hear that those guys are going to be back. And you know what would be really cool? This is not me reporting. I don't know nothing. I'm just saying it would be really cool that, you know, when Jimmy Johnson leaves at the end of the year, it'd be really cool if Carl Edwards came back into that 48. But I think that we're just wishing there. That'd be probably reaching a little too far. So, but that's it. And hopefully we can do some more of these, maybe once a week, just little tidbits from me, that things I've learned over the years from my experience. So thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.